even as believers, we have to survive, but we must have the understanding that the end of it is not to keep on surviving, it's to flourish. The Satan's strategy is to keep man surviving, so without flourishing. It will make the environment will be too tense that to survive self, it will be a big deal. So, and that is his strategies. Hi everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. It has really been a long time here and I am so excited to be back. The reason I paused uploading videos, the reason I stopped for that long time was because I started my PhD last year August, and the first year was just too stressful. So I couldn't combine uploading videos, creating content with the program. So that was the reason I didn't upload any videos. So, but now, hopefully, so I'll be consistent and I'll be uploading videos regularly. So if you're a first timer, kindly subscribe to my YouTube channel. And if you like the video at the end, so click the like button. And if you are returning subscribers, welcome back to my YouTube channel. And I hope you enjoy this video. So without wasting our time, let's go directly into today's topic. So about 3 to 4 weeks ago, so while I was praying, the Lord laid this topic in my spirit to make videos on. So, and the topic is thriving in a godless society. Thriving in a godless society. So firstly, it is of no news how deteriorated our community is. So especially in upholding God's value system. And that is why I believe that this topic is very timely. So in order to bring us on the same page, I would like to describe and explain some terms. So thriving in a godless society. What does it mean to thrive? So according to Merriam-Webster dictionary, to thrive means to grow vigorously, to flourish, to progress, and sometimes in the presence of surrounding circumstances. So to thrive in a simple terms, which I love to put it, to thrive means to survive and to flourish. And honestly, when I put in this definition, the Lord opened my eyes into it. So the two terms here, to survive and to flourish, these are two important terms. So to survive means that to cope, to persevere in the midst of opposing forces, to still maintain your stand. So why to flourish is a little bit advanced. So to flourish means to advance, to expand, and to grow, to prosper. So in the midst of opposing forces or surrounding limitations. So simply put, to thrive means to survive and to flourish. However, a man must survive first before he can flourish. A man needs to survive first before he can flourish. And that's why these two times are very important. The goal that the Lord has in mind is for every believer to actually flourish. So, and one of Satan's strategies is to make sure that believers are only surviving. And if you are only surviving, one of the disadvantages is that you cannot exercise dominion, complete dominion, and complete authority. You cannot influence your environment. So Satan wants to keep so many believers in that survival mode, that we are just standing, we are just eating, we are just coping. So that doesn't mean that there are stages that you have to survive. Even as believers, we have to survive, but we must have the understanding that the end of it is not to keep on surviving, it's to flourish. The Satan's strategy is to keep man surviving, so without flourishing. It will make the environment will be too tense that to survive self, it will be a big deal. So, and that is his strategies. What does a godless society means? It means a society that is not governed by God's value system, a society that is not bound by God's value system. There is actually a bridge between a godless society and a godly society, if I can use that term, and the bridge is called a religious society. I can boldly say Nigeria is a religious society. An average home is Nigeria is religious. Average home in Nigeria is religious. So there are certain ethics and principles that you grow up with. So because you are raised in a Nigerian family, and there are certain ways of life you cannot live because you grow up in certain family, especially that you can't live in public. So a religious society, we actually enforce you to embrace certain way of life. So why a godless society in its true definition is a society that is not bound by God's law. They live according to free will. So people in godless society, they live according to free will. The challenge here is a big one. The challenge is, since the fall of a man, man's will is corrupt. So if a man is left to live according to his will, a man will live according to flesh. So if a man is left to live according to his feeling, a man will live according to flesh. So there must be something that is enforcing man to live God's will. Otherwise, a man will live by flesh. So example of a godless society is, many of these European countries, the United States, United Kingdom. These people, these nations, the governing system, it's not godly. So people are allowed to live based on what they think it is good for them. So that's why you see someone can wake up and say you want to become something else. So because they allow you to live based on what you think is good for you. So, and the best of man is still flesh. So, and this doesn't mean that there is no, godly people in this nation that I mentioned. So there are godly people in United States, United Kingdom, and many other European countries. There are godly people, even inside godless, nations. Although I say that Nigeria is a religious society, so it doesn't mean there are no places in Nigeria that are godless. There are several communities inside Nigeria that are godless. And that is why you hear that a child who is a saint at home get to school and become someone here, get to university and become someone here. It is because the home is a religious community whereby certain laws are enforced. But when a child gets to university gives you certain freedom to exercise your free will. So, and in exercising free will, you see that the child begins to misbehave and live according to flesh. So inside a religious society, there is still a godless society. And the same way, inside a godless society, there are still, godly people inside a godless society. So, and one of the ways to live a godly life inside a godless society is to simulate a godly environment around you. So if you find yourself in a godless society, either you are in Nigeria, you are in United States, United Kingdom, or any European country or anywhere, you must simulate an environment, an atmosphere that will enforce you to live according to God's way. Remember that I said that a man left alone to live according to his free will live by the flesh. So there must be forces that we, put man together to live by, God's will. So if you find yourself in a godless environment, create an atmosphere, simulate a godly atmosphere, simulate, godly atmosphere for yourself. that will enforce you to live by God's will. How do you simulate godly atmosphere for yourself? So you might not be physically connected to some people every time that we check up on you, but make sure you are accountable to them. You can be accountable virtually. So just, okay, I will be reporting myself to you. Get someone that you can be reporting yourself to. So reporting your devotions, your study, this is what I studied today. You can get a partner, actually, someone who is fervent, might not be with you, might be somewhere else, that can check up on you and say, what did you learn today, what did you study today, and all that. So that will keep you in check. So even if you are not physically connected to people, that will keep you, that will keep you in good balance. So you must find a way to be virtually connected to them. And like I said, even if you find yourself in a godless society, there are still godly people. So you must integrate yourself to a godly society inside that godless community. So find the community of believers. There are churches in United Kingdom, churches in United States, and there are churches for a student that just get admitted into school. There are so many campus fellowships. So you must find one and join. Because if you live so long, if you leave yourself for so long and you begin to exercise your own free will, you might not be able to get back to God, or you might have done so many damages to yourself before you realize that the path you have chosen is the wrong path. So if you find yourself in godly society, you must create a godly atmosphere for yourself to be able to survive. At least for a start, you must always even create it, not even for a start. So whether you're a strong believer or you are not, you must actually create a godly environment for yourself. And it is awesome that you get physically connected to a group of believers, in your society. Very, very important. But the Bible says that we are not ignorant of Satan's devices, lest he takes an advantage of us. So once we have the understanding of a godless society and godly society, and what dictates, what are the parameters that dictate this different society, so you'll be able to identify when you find yourself in a godless society, and you must immediately make effort to be able to control your environment before you get chopped up. So very, very important. So in my subsequent videos, I'm going to be talking about some strategies that will make us to survive and to thrive when we find ourselves in a godless society. I believe it's going to be very inspiring, very, very inspiring. So there are about 5 strategies that the Lord laid in my spirit to talk about, so which I'll be talking about in my subsequent videos, and I believe that you're going to be blessed. So if you like this video, so kindly hit the like button, and then if you have not subscribed to my YouTube channel, click the subscription button. So that is very important to me. And yeah, I'm going to see you in my next video. Do have a wonderful day. Bye.